Hello, my name is Matt Goodlett. I am the Special Effects Makeup Manager for Team Demon Fabulous, which is the makeup team at the Devil's Attic Haunted House here in Louisville, Kentucky. Jeff Howell is one of our actors, and today I'm going to be making him into a zombie using European Body Art's Endura, Encore, and Transfusion blood. So I use a lot of Endura white and a little bit of Endura brown just to kind of give us a nice tannish skin tone, but lighter than the actual skin tone. Since we're going to be doing a full body on Jeff, I don't have to literally paint absolutely everything. I can find stopping points and just kind of blend it out and then cover it with other skin texturing techniques. What I'm going to start off with is a little bit of Endura's Bruised Red, just kind of in some of the higher points, and we'll start darkening them up with other colors later. But this is just kind of to lay out where I'm going to do my contour. What we're doing is we're just kind of hitting the deep points to make them look deeper, to make everything a little bit more sunken in looking, like he's been kind of wasting away for a little while. You have to ask your model to move their body in certain ways so you can see different musculature or bones pop out. Don't be afraid to ask them to. So each layers of these contour we're doing, we're just kind of building up on the contour. So we start off with just kind of a lighter color with the red, then we mixed in some brown and a little bit of black. Now we're doing just brown and a little bit more black than we had used before. What I'm doing now is mixing a little bit of brown, green, and black together, and just kind of go into the skin to break it up a little bit with some molding, kind of looking at tissue that had more muscle or fat where I would think water would kind of lay, or body moisture would lay, or anything that would kind of create mold or just overall discoloration. I'm going to do the same thing I just did with that green kind of nasty color with a little bit of our Bruised Red to kind of break it up and almost give it kind of a lividity effect. So the opposite of contouring, we're going to be doing some highlighting, where we've made everything with the contouring look deeper and sunken in. We want to make the areas around those areas look like they're sticking out more to pronounce muscle structure or bone structure or anything like that. Especially with a zombie where things are sunken in, you want them to look a little bit skeletal. And what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be using kind of some of our red colors, our dried red blood, bruised red, fresh blood, and just kind of breaking up the skin tone and also making it look like he's been in feeding frenzies and he's got a little bit of dried blood stained his skin. And you don't really even need an expensive brush. I'm just using a barbecue brush I got at the grocery store. And we don't want to overpower it, so we're just kind of throwing a little bit on there. I like to use a little bit more alcohol, have more alcohol in the paint when I apply it, so that way it runs a little bit and it dries a little bit translucent, so you don't just have big splotches of red on the skin. You kind of want to think like a zombie when you're doing zombie makeup. You want to think, where would, like, the shoulder would lean up against something and rub and maybe get more blood on it than another part of the body. It wouldn't mainly get splatter, it might actually get transfer. And of course you want to put a little bit more around the mouth. Right now I'm just kind of going with some of the red colors that I use for the blood on the Encore palette, and just kind of, I'm not applying them cleanly on the lips, but just kind of smudging them on, just to give the idea of lips there. One of my new favorite products from European Body Art, it's the Transfusion blood. This is an alcohol-based blood. You can put this on, and once it dries, it is waterproof. You can wear it out in the rain, you can sweat all day long, and this stuff is not going to move. And the reason we want to use a stippling sponge is it has a lot of texture to it, which kind of gives us more of transfer. This is going to give you more of a natural feeding look, like he was pressed up against something and pulled away, and it kind of left that transfer, rather than just, I'm going to paint a big red splotch on the side of somebody's face. Right, and here we have our final zombie using all alcohol-based European Body Arts product. Great thing about this is we can put him in a haunted house all night in mid-September, and he is not going to be able to sweat any of this off. Now if you're working on a film set, it's even better because you'll get called to set all the time to freshen up makeup, or this needs touch up, or this needs more blood. This blood, you're not going to be called to set. It's going to be right all day long. You're not have to worry about continuity. Does this blood match this shot as opposed to the one we shot this morning? Because it's all going to be the same.